you need a new hat to go with her.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So Penny's already working on one. I don't.
Oh, is that
her
what that
head
is?
over there?
Nice.
That's my head. Well, my head's on my head.
Yeah, it's a new Lynn McMaster's hat pattern.
Ooh.
Does that help?
Yeah, do you want to back up a little so you can...
Oh, that's perfect right there.
See the little blue thing that fits in the button?
Oh, they must be in this, aren't they down here?
Well, I had it out,
Oh,
so
well, you want
in
another one?
theory, it's on the table somewhere.
You want another one?
Yeah,
Theory. I like the theory part.
There you go.
Theory.
In theory, yes.
It's in this part of the universe.
The fashion at the time was all about the silhouette of the woman. I think for me, I mean, men's obviously are different, but I'm not a guy, so I don't wear their clothes. First time putting on a corset and then a bustle and then all the layers it takes to make that silhouette, because that's what was popular in '76.
That almost any variation on it was fashionable during the 1870s. So I feel like no matter what your personal style is, your body type, your facial structure, there was a fashion in style in the 70s that makes you look amazing. So I have yet to make somebody, I think, look bad in the 1870s. It's a great fashion time.
Fashion is very complicated in ways that it wasn't before because it fits the body much more closely than it did during the Civil War period.
Right now, we're actually in 3 really interesting places. So we're taking care of the shop, taking care of ourselves. A little self-care is always a good thing in a creative environment like this. And then I'm working towards next winter, and Penny is working towards this coming summer.
Well, I have about 35 years of restoring antique clothing, and that's reconstructing and deconstructing. So I learned a lot about how clothes were put together, and when I first came here, I actually worked on the antique car show, but my son, it's a long story, my son was dating the woman who owns Period Corsets. And she came to the house with him one day and dragged me over here to the costume shop, and that was the last that I worked for the car show.
And I think, I really like to make things fit people. I think the 70s are just one of the most beautiful eras of clothing, and it's just so fun to see people, just transformed, you know? People come in to get dressed in costume, and they have certain expectations, maybe about theatrical costumes or something like that. And then we get them all done up in their corsets and everything, and I love the transformation, and I love making things fit people. It's exuberant. We always joke that, oh, is this bow too big, or is this too much? And we're like, no, just keep adding. If you look at pictures of women, I mean, they've got ruffles, and they have cravats, and they have necklaces, and they have brooches, and it's just... keep it coming. Yeah, it's an exuberant time of fashion.
Making theatrical costumes is nothing like making historical costumes. There's so much more accuracy. Where we could throw a dress together with Velcro on the back because it needed to get in and out of in 30 seconds. Here, we don't use anything that's not period correct, or we try not to. And I love how dolled up we get to get.
We're not just creating, like Katie said, theater costumes. We're creating costumes that have to work with real people on real bodies day after day after day. So my favorite part, I think, about working at the Seaport is the opportunity to see and feel, because I'm a role player as well, the clothes that we create here in the costume shop out in actual time and actual context. I think to, have a real living historical presence, not just artifact after artifact after artifact, is my favorite part of the Seaport.
I'm indebted to you. It all goes to show what good influence can do. Never felt so happy and so fully alive. Seems the jam and jumping is a powerful jive.